Hello, everybody. Today I'm talking about Dry. It's a Lit Optimist, by the way. Talking about Dry. In the third book and second memoir written by Augustine Burroughs, Augustine chronicles 10 years worth of a slippery slope he rode called alcoholism. If you're like me, you'd probably think there's no way this guy has any more stories to rival his last book, Running with Scissors, but holy shit, there's so much different than that one. This is so much different than that one. Instead of the wild and crazy stories, this is met with such a realistic approach that it never rides the line of absurdity, never blurs the lines between fact and fiction, and never questioned his journey to sobriety, and fuck, it's just so damn good. Thanks go to Michelle Williams for requesting this book. Yeah, I have a lot to thank Michelle for. I mean, her own writing, of course, I always bring it up, but she's amazing, and I think that she needs to write more. Um, take your time if you're gonna watch this video, of course. Not like you need to be told that, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying that I love your work. And I love Augustine Burroughs. Oh my god, this guy. Even his later shit that I really start questioning, and you'll see it when I get to it. It's just like what, but I'm still enjoying it because he's such a great writer. Running with Scissors is like what the fuck is real or what's not, and the only reason I believe the the validity of the honesty, like the reason why I think that it actually happened is because he never said the actual people's names. He changed their names in the memoir, of course, to protect their identity, and they all fucking came out anyway and were like, how dare you? And it's like, nobody knew who the fuck you were. What are you talking about? Like, what? Like, you just outed yourself to a public scale. There's the entire world that's loving this book, and you sued him. And I think there was a settlement out of court, but it's like, and he changed it up a little bit in his book to be like, this is a fictionalized or something like that. He said something like, there's an exaggeration of slight exaggeration or some shit. Forgot how he worded it. But this one, oh my god, you're just like, this fucking guy is in it. He walks into his apartment and it's just littered with fucking bottles and cans of beer and shit. Just like all this out, just walks in there. And he's like, I never for a second thought like it was a bad thing. Like I would see my apartment be a mess, and I was like, I'm just messy. And then like I'd go back, be a sales ad rep, and everything's good, everything's fine. And it's like, dude, you need fucking help. And it was crazy seeing him get into this relationship. Oh, it was such a good. I can't remember the line, but he's laying with this guy who was in rehab, that he meets in rehab or at the meetings or whatever, for a completely, like, this guy was an alcoholic as well, but he dabbled into something much harder. And when he relapsed, he took Augustine with him, and they're both doing hardcore. I think cocaine and like I think heroin. I don't remember, something fucking like bad as fuck. And they're both laying under the stars, and they're like, he's like, it's very romantic, and I'm like, this is a beautiful line. Right after that, this guy it reveals himself to be a big piece of shit. So it's like, oh, that's very short lived, but man, it was fun while it lasted, right? Um, Highly recommend this one. If you read any of his works, I still say go with Television his first, because it's the only one that he's written that's fictionalized, and it's like it's great. It's fantastic. Um, if you're gonna read any of his memoirs, I'd probably recommend this one. And he does talk about in this one he was once again relapsed. He's drinking and he's kind of freaking out, and like he couldn't sleep because he's trying to break the habit. And he's like, I can't just fucking sleep it off. So he's just sitting there. I think he might have been laid off at this point, and he's sitting in front of like his typewriter or something, or he just starts. He thinks of something very funny. It's the opening lines of Television, and he details writing Television, which is really fucking cool. But yeah, that's about all I gotta say, I guess. I just like talking about Augustine Burroughs. I just don't have anything else to say really until I review his next book. But you guys have a good one, and take care.